I often get some people that say, Cycle Cruiser, man, which is the best motorcycle to get? Like, I'm torn between getting a Harley Davidson Cruiser because they look so cool and everybody has them, or a supermoto like yours because it looks like you have so much fun. Or should I get a sport bike of some sort, Street Fighter, or should I get a super sport, a super bike, or whatever, man? Like, Cycle Cruiser, like, what is the best motorcycle to get? What's the best motorcycle for the money? What's the most fun you can have? I want to get the best. Well, you know what, guys? I'm gonna help you in this video get the best motorcycle for you.
Let's go for a ride. Subscribe today.
Yeah, I tell you guys in every video, like, this is the most fun motorcycle I ever had. This 2019 YZ450FX Custom Supermoto. But you know, this motorcycle is not for everybody. You know, everybody doesn't love a supermoto. You know what I'm saying? Everybody doesn't love cruisers. A lot of people don't like you know, sport bikes or whatever. You know, everybody, some people like adventure bikes or whatever. You know, they have a bike for everybody. But I'm going to tell you, give my perspective on what's a great motorcycle for various people. You know, I'm going to tell you this, guys. You know, whatever motorcycle you get, make sure you wear the full gear. I have some awesome gear like this ultra lightweight carbon fiber helmet that comes with an automatic tint shield, my motovlog camera, airbag vest to help keep you safe. Links to all of my gear is in the description and comment section of my video. The reason why I always mention, you know, talk about a motorcycle's weight, because a lot of you guys scoff at when I say, oh, a bike is too heavy and all that stuff. The reason why I like a lighter weight bike is because you know, the less weight, the more freedom you have. You know what I'm saying? More freedom you have. It's more fun. It's a motorcycle is an extension of yourself. And when you have a light bike and you're light, it goes together. You know what I'm saying? Like beans and rice. It's beautiful. And when you have a big heavy bike, you have to wrangle it around. You know what I'm saying? You got to put muscle into it. And some people, it doesn't bother them. Some big guys, they like a big bike. They feel like they look better on a big bike. But I never was one to care about the way people perceive me on my bike. I could care less. I'm about having fun on my motorcycle. You know, for me, it's not about looks. But, you know, if looks is important to you, well, then good for you. But I think it's stupid in my opinion, but whatever. But you got a lot of pretentious people out there, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it just matters what makes you happy. So that's why, you know, I gravitate towards lighter weight bikes, because we do most of our riding out here on the streets, and you know, we're cruising or I'm busting wheelies, and that's why I like the supermoto, and I can go ride off-road anytime. So it really is the best bang for your buck is these supermotos, because I mean, they're cheap, they're easy to own, they're easy to fix, there's no weight to them hardly. You know, it's just beautiful all around. And see here, bust some wheelies out here, have a good time, you know what I'm saying? But this type of motorcycle is not for everybody, and I understand that. The seat height on this bike, you know, let me get off here and show you. I mean, it sits high, but I tell you, once you throw a leg over the bike, you can use one leg as a kickstand. See that? Kickstand, guys. Okay, if you're real short, you may be leaning over a little bit more, but these bikes are lightweight. Remember that. Some of these bikes. Some people just want to cruise out here. They don't care about being a hooligan. They're too old for that. They've grown up, which Cycle Cruiser has not grown up yet. He's still acting a fool out here. But hey, that's my life, right? You know what I'm saying? And if you just want to cruise out here and you ride in a straight line, then a cruiser is perfect for you. However, I will tell you the weight for a new rider can be very cumbersome for a big heavy bike. For a new rider, even seasoned riders, you know, complain about how a bike is a bit hefty to wrangle around. To me, the sweet spot for a cruiser is going to be like 700 pounds or less. Acting a fool out here, boy. Oh boy, I gotta get it out my system and bust some willies up in here. I owned a power cruiser, a Ducati XD Avail, and I'll tell you, that was an amazing bike to ride. The only reason I got rid of that bike is because I didn't want to have to pay to fix it if there was any problems, because it's extremely expensive. The parts are expensive. Ducatis are not the most reliable bikes, and so that's the main reason why I got rid of that bike. But I tell you, I could rock a XD Avail all day long out here on the streets. That's a fun bike, man. It's fun. It's got a lot of soul to it. Beautiful, man. Also, when it comes to sport bikes, you know, sport bikes are awesome because they tend to not be heavy. Most of them are not heavy. They're pretty lightweight bikes usually. They don't have the forward pegs, which I don't like the cruisers. A lot of cruisers have forward pegs. Personally, I don't like forward pegs. That's what the Ducati XD Avail had. It's comfortable, but you feel like not in total control as compared to having a mid pegs like this bike has. And sport bikes, their pegs tend to sit back a little bit. If you get a super sport or super bike, they tend to be you know, hiked up and in the back. But most of the like Street Fighter type bikes have a more comfortable pegs that are somewhat mid pegs, or maybe even a little bit back. But what's great about it is the Street Fighter type sport bikes are great because you can they're comfortable to cruise around, but yet they got that extra power that you can have a little bit of fun with it depending on, you know, I had that Aprilia 200. That thing ripped. That was basically a super bike with bars. Really, it's hard to say what is the best bike for everybody. You know what I'm saying? There is no best motorcycle for everybody. But to help you choose the right bike that's for you, I would highly recommend that if you're a new rider, which you're probably a new rider because you're asking me this, because usually seasoned riders, they know what they want. They've been on a lot of different bikes. But for a new rider, they don't know all the different bikes, and they just don't know what they want. For a new rider, you want to start off on a smaller bike anyhow, man. You know, like a Kawasaki Ninja 400 or even a Kawasaki Ninja 650 is okay. And or a small cruiser like a Honda Rebel 300 or the Rebel 500 or whatever. You know, some of that sort, the smaller cruisers, and those are great bikes too, the smaller cruisers. But I would recommend that you contact your local MSF class and see if they call one and sign up with one that has a different various bikes that you can ride. Some of them will have some cruisers, dual sport bikes, and let you switch off on the different bikes to find what's best suited for you. That's what I highly recommend you do, because that way you can get a feel for the different types of bikes, and then you'll know what type of biker you are. If you're a cruiser biker or a sport bike rider. Personally, I like them all myself. I love them all. This is just my favorite, man. You know what I'm saying? Busting some wheelies out here, baby. Yeah, we busting some wheelies out here. Really, I'll be honest with you, my picks as far as best bang for your buck bikes, that's all around, from the different categories. I would say when it comes to a dual sport, I would say an excellent choice that's tried and true, you can't go wrong with, is
a Honda CRF 450L Dual Sport. This is a street legal 450, not as powerful as my YZ450FX, but this is street legal right out of the box. You can take this off-road, ride it pretty much anywhere off-road. You can ride it on the streets, highway. You can do a little bit of everything with this bike, and you can easily turn it into an awesome supermoto.
when it comes to sport bikes, I would say an excellent overall around bike that's pretty much good for everybody, and it's pretty inexpensive, and it's got good adequate power and looks pretty cool, is I would say a newer Kawasaki Ninja 650, which you could pick one of those bad boys up. I've seen for as low as like a little over 4,000 bucks, used with just maybe 1,000 or 2 miles on there. And I mean, it's got 60 horsepower, I think like 48 pound-feet of torque. I mean, it does top speed 125. It looks good. It's perfect for the streets. It looks good for most riders, whether you're you know, small or a tall rider. You'll look pretty good on the bike. I would say when it comes to a cruiser, I would say I think an awesome bike that's not expensive, looks good, it's not heavy, is I would say the Indian Scout Bobber, or the Indian Scout, is an excellent cruiser that is reliable, good looking. It's got some power on it. It'll be fine on the highway. You know, it's something you're gonna have fun with, and yet you look good cruising on it. You can't go wrong with the Indian Scout Bobber or the Indian Scout, or any of the Indian bikes for that matter. I'd say when it comes to you know, if you really want to get a super sport, which I don't recommend getting, if you're a new rider, don't start on a super sport or a super bike. It's just going, you know, unless you had riding experience in the past on a dirt bike or something, you know, you can have some problems. It can set you up for a real effed up day. It's got too much power. The throttle can be a bit too quick for a new rider, too aggressive. I mean, literally in first gear, you can do on a super bike like 80 miles an hour in the first gear. So if you whiskey throttle, it can set you up for a real effed up day. But I mean, these are just some bikes I would just want to throw at you. But like I said, you really can't go wrong with any of the motorcycles. Just get out there and ride, man. Get on 2 wheels. I don't care what you ride. Just ride. Take the MSF class. Get your motorcycle license. Put on the full gear. Like I say, I got links to all my gear, baby. This is the best gear you can get. It's good. But anyways, make sure to hit thumbs up. Helps my channel immensely when you hit thumbs up and you leave a comment. Subscribe to my all-in-one motorcycle channel. Make sure to hit that little bell symbol so you get notified of all my new videos. And I appreciate all you guys. Until next time, catch you guys later.
Check out my playlist for new riders and popular videos. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and check out my other channel, Bug Out Moto, where I customize a van for my motorcycle so I can live in my van with my motorcycle and travel across the country anywhere. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Bug Out Moto.